Cheers, welcome to my channel. This is a timely tarot oracle reading about random shift, delivered at the perfect time through the courtesy of the universe in the language of synchronicity. This is a collective or general reading, so just be aware parts of it may or may not resonate with you. Take what works for you and just leave the rest. Okay, we're going to begin. And I'm just going to move this over a bit here. I just want to double check. Yes, okay. We have the underlying energy for this reading is the Five of Cups. The Five of Cups, cups in tarot represent the love in tarot. And so this could be romantic love. This could be love of any kind, actually. Love of anyone or anything. And even love of something you love to do or be. Quite often, if this is romantic love, this can represent, there's an energy here of crying over spilt milk. And there's no point in it because, if the milk is spilt, it's in the ground and you're not going to be able to recover it. You just have to accept it as a loss. But in this case, we have 2 cups of wine and 1 cup of another liquid. So quite often in romantic love, this can be representing that there was a third-party energy involved in a relationship, and it has caused remorse and regret. And we have 2 cups standing behind this individual, though. So this can be saying, it's time to just pick up the 2 cups behind you, walk down the path, cross over the bridge over troubled water to your castle. And you'll notice in the background, the castle's half dilapidated and half standing. This can be representing, is the cup half empty or is the cup half full? Sorry, I've got a cat on my lap, so I almost said cat. We have the shooting star energy from the oracle. And that's the underlying energy from the oracle. The oracle is Tales from the Vector, courtesy of the Intergalactic Federation of Light. And this is about base chakra energy. So this is talking about survival. Are you thriving or surviving? It's about 3D, basically more pentacle energy. But it's talking about seeing a shooting star and then you wish upon it. And this dragon is shooting star, and she is Muladhara, which is from the base chakra. So it's talking about that survival instinct, and it's talking about having a good attitude. So like here, is the glass half full or is the glass half empty? And so this energy is talking about how is your attitude going to be, and as a good attitude can take you a long way. If you're wishing on a shooting star, it means you're wishing for something you don't have. And if you just sit there after wishing for it, the chances of it coming true are not that high compared to if you actually get out there and do something about it. So this is talking about, having a good attitude can take you really far. And then we have the Five of Swords energy. There's cutthroat energy. This is representing outer conflict and inner conflict. The energy is basically this person has fought off these 2 people, but if this is your energy, it's talking about a lot of outer conflict coming towards you, and you've decided you're standing your ground, and it's like this energy is that the energy coming towards you, they'll risk anything to have what's yours, basically, and you're standing up and you're fighting for it. Now, sometimes this can also represent inner conflict, and this person could represent 3 different versions of you, and having inner conflict about something that you're thinking about. The sword energy represents the element of air, and this represents thoughts. The swords are your mental intelligence and discipline of your mind. And so this can be 3 versions of you: your subconscious, unconscious, and conscious mind. Now, the subconscious mind is formed by the time we're about 6 or 7. And, when we're babies, we learn so much, especially in that first year, that we absorb the environment around us like a sponge. And the people and the thoughts of the people in charge of our care are heavily imprinted on us. So that subconscious energy, it stays with us well into adulthood. And when we get triggered by something, we tend to rely on the subconscious mind first, because that's the first one that comes up. But, in actuality, it really is the thoughts of other people, so it's not the most reliable. And then we have the energy of the unconscious mind. This is about your spiritual needs. And if a lot of people will say, okay, I'm a human being and I have a soul. But from the soul's perspective, you are a soul traveling in a human body as your vehicle to navigate Earth. And if the needs of the soul are not being met, then soul will start arguing with the subconscious and conscious mind and say, hey, what about me? And the conscious mind, he has a handle on that. He can say, I just got in a fight with these two dudes, and I've cleaned their clocks, and if you take me on, I'll clean yours too. So this is talking about dealing with cutthroat energy. Now, inner conflict can attract outer conflict, and outer conflict, of course, causes inner conflict. So it can become a vicious cycle. We have the King of Wands. The King of Wands is representing the element of fire. The wand is made of wood because wood fuels the fire, and this is talking about taking passionate action. The King of Wands is considered to be a visionary, someone that looks into the future and has brilliant ideas that they like to bring into being. They have a passion for new adventures, the new in life, finding new ways to do new things. And this king is considered to be the sexiest of the four kings, very charismatic, good with words, and has a good personality, humorous, and fun to be with. So the energy also, he on the back of his throne here has these salamanders with their tail in a circle, and the lion, and this represents protection from fire. So I noticed a while back that it looks like there's a face on the back of his throne. He's got two eyes and a mustache, and then there's smoke coming out of the nose and the mouth. And this could just mean he's smoking hot, because he is. Or it could mean where there's smoke, there's fire. The thing to remember about the King of Wands is his love of adventure and the new can sometimes bleed into his romantic life. So he has a tendency to be the last to settle down. So that's the Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius have a tendency to really hang on to their independence and their freedom. And so they quite often don't settle down till well after the other signs might. And then we have this energy of the Two of Wands. So this is there's conflict around you, and you're dealing with it, but this is an energy of standing at the top of the turret of your castle and saying, I have the world in my hands, but wanting to go on an adventure because you realize, hey, I live in a very small center, and this can represent an energy of wanting to expand your horizons, wanting to move forward and expand a business or an idea or go on an adventure, that type of energy. And quite often, this one wand planted could represent being really successful where you are, but it's a small center and you're like a big fish in a little pond, and it's time to expand. And that can sometimes be across the water, can represent physically actually moving to another location. And this can, or expanding a business or that type of energy, and changing location or adding a location. So this could be an entrepreneur and he wants to franchise now. And so this energy can also represent having passion to maybe start a family. Perhaps the King of Wands is now feeling like, I've been single long enough and I want to offer a cup of love because I'm ready to start a family. Perhaps he's met someone. And we don't really know where this fits in as of yet, but we will look into that as we go. So the King of Cups is representing, I feel, the King of Wands wanting to offer a cup of loves to someone. And this energy is, he's got his right foot forward. He's out in the middle of the ocean or of a large body of water. And he has his right foot forward, saying that he's ready to make that move. But the water, the rough water around him, in tarot, that represents volatile emotions and chaos. So he's in the eye of the storm. The King of Cups is he's considered to be the most emotionally available. He's also the most likely to be in a traditional relationship. And it feels like an energy of wanting to start a family. And the energy is also talking about, he's emotionally available because he is able to contain his emotions and control them, so that if something happens, he's not reacting to the energy, he's responding to it. And so this could represent the King of Wands being ready to settle down and maybe start a family and expand in that way. We have the Eight of Pentacles. So the Pentacle energy is about health, wealth, and happiness in the 3D world, and this makes sense. This is talking about someone that's been very focused on working on something, and you have, this could represent 6 pentacles already being complete, and just have 2 to go. We're almost done this one and have 1 to go, actually. Or it could be something that you just started and you are have these to go. But in this case, I feel like because of this energy of wanting to move forward, I feel like this is completing. Like you feel that you have this, the pentacles, they do represent coin. And this one particular card does represent someone actually making money. Like literally, that's what he's doing. And he's very focused on that. So this could be talking about this energy being very focused on making money and maybe not paying that much attention to his love life. I mean, we have this energy of regret and remorse. And so perhaps there was something that happened and he just has chosen to focus on making money instead of making love, which, it can really be lucrative. And look at that. Sometimes if we pour the energy from a bad breakup in romance, we can really pour that into our career instead. And it can be really beneficial. So the King of Pentacles is talking about someone who's very successful in that area. This is talking about someone who's admired for their business acumen and for being able to create a really good lifestyle. He's got grapes all over his robe here, and those grapes in tarot represent being able to make something grapes are hard to grow and they're considered a luxury, and to be able to grow a luxurious lifestyle, and he's looked up to for that. And so this is talking about the pentacle energy. A lot of times this would be focusing on finances. So this could be someone in the banking industry. It could be, if it's a banker, this would be someone from, that's a manager or higher up. This could be consulting with financial advisors, wealth management, accountants, and if so, they would be most likely to be someone in a partner in an established firm. It could also represent definitely real estate, so land development. If this could be commercial or residential, but it would be high-end properties. And it could also represent, because this is of the earth, it could represent gold and silver and trading on the stock market in that way, minerals in the earth. So basically this is representing, or an entrepreneur, say, that is very successful. It could represent the head financial advisors of corporations and even of governments. So it's that sort of energy. It's talking about that, dealing with that type of energy. And if it's a person from outside, then it's, someone maybe that you've been consulting with regarding that. And this is puts you on a new journey here, this energy here of winning this fight. There's something that happened here in this cutthroat energy, and the King of Wands has won. And he's in this energy ready to start a new cycle now. I feel like whatever the king has been working on it's successful now. Like he can say, yes, it is successful, and now I can start on another journey in a different way. And that could perhaps be expanding his business, globally, internationally, like that type of energy. The Fool takes a leap of faith and goes on a journey towards that end. And this is talking about, it's a brand new journey, but he still does have some baggage from the past. And this can represent, all the learning that you have and taking that with you on the next cycle. That's what the tattered sleeves represent, that he has been on a cycle or two before. And we have the Queen of Wands. So now perhaps this is the energy here. The king has met his queen, and she's considered to be natural beauty, sexy, very happy. Someone that is really, she follows her happiness, basically. This veil behind her here represents the thin veil between the spiritual and the physical realm. And also she has a very strong ability to be able to use her intuition and her logic to find creative solutions to any problem, which is in big part a reason why she's so happy. She also has the sun flower here, and sunflowers, they follow the sun. And so her attitude, she has a little black cat here, and a lot of people won't own a black cat because they think they're bad luck. But she's like, I'm not worried about that. I always can find a creative solution to anything. She doesn't believe in bad luck, basically. She follows what she feels passionate about. And we have a never-ending nightmare here. So this, I feel like this card, sometimes it's a never-ending nightmare. Sometimes it can be talking about doing a lot of meditation and prayer after being in a negative cycle and coming out of it. Now, I'm not quite sure if this is her energy or the king's, or it could be both. That both of them may, or this could just, I don't know, I'm not getting like, it is an energy of like the same old cycle and having had a struggle of some sort, for sure. Maybe both of them have been through some sort of struggle, and they're both kind of in the same place now, and that's why he's ready for this. He's met her. She understands what he's been through. He understands what she's been through. This represents a never-ending cycle, like continuously. Like, it can talk about having to do repetitive work over and over and over again before you're successful. Sometimes it can talk about feeling very bored and wanting to make a shift, a change, which would represent this energy here. And sometimes it can be about this meditation and prayer resulting in guidance from the Most High and being able to move forward in that way. This could be someone waking up in the wee hours of the morning after having a dream and trying to remember it because they just got enlightenment. This is the route to take. This is the way to go. And, the cosmic symbols on this quilt can represent the energy of leaving your comfort zone, but the universe has you covered. And then we have judgment. So this is God's judgment coming down, saying that it's time for this energy to end and this to happen. So sometimes if we've been praying and meditating a lot, in our dreams, we might be shown solutions, or we wake up to an aha moment. I know what to do. And so this is judgment, saying that this is supposed to happen, basically. This has been ordained by God. And perhaps the hardship, if you've been through it and your partner is, it's so that you could better understand each other when you met. Otherwise, maybe you would have never understood each other. And so this is talking about God's judgment coming in. Sometimes this can represent some sort of ancestral energy where like they're thrilled, they're climbing out of their boxes, doom, 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 the judgment is here. This sometimes can represent that maybe your parents or ancestors, it doesn't necessarily have to be your parents, it could be grandparents, great grandparents, are unable, like they were unable to clean up their shift before they left the planet, and it's causing issues for the bloodline. And so this is about clearing that energy, like clearing the karma from that. And so sometimes this can represent skeletons coming out of the closet, or even Pandora's box being opened. It's sitting right at the top. So there could be some judgment about what happened here. It's hard to say exactly, like it's not 100% clear. This is a random shift reading, so I never know for sure. This reading is about after hardship of some sort or disappointment, you know, and being in a lot of regret, being able to come back from that because of having a good attitude. That shooting star is optimism. So we have in cutthroat energy, being able to handle that. And also this is talking about discipline of the mind, so that to continue on the journey. And that's why you've completed this cycle and moving on to the next. And then we have the Queen, meeting the Queen of Wands, basically. And this is God's judgment that you would meet and come together, I feel. This could be a very beneficial relationship that maybe would not have worked until you cleaned up this energy, if that makes sense. And now this cycle, it's kind of coming, this is coming to an end, and we're starting the new cycle. I feel like the cycle of working hard and it being about work, 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 it's now more about lifestyle. And it's less about making money and more about having a good lifestyle with love in it. Maybe going on adventures. I just feel that this is someone like you're successful, and this is talking about enjoying, you know, your lifestyle, enjoying it with someone that you care about, enjoying being with someone that, you know, is that understands you and you understand them. So there's not always this regret when it comes around love. All right, let's continue on. I'm going to clarify this for those that want clarification. It's talking about about this optimism coming back into life again, a new cycle after being like I'd say this is someone that's been hard at work. And also waiting for chaos, you know, to settle down, whatever that chaos is caused by, before feeling like that they can offer a cup of love to anyone. All right, this is from the Oracle, and the cards on this, or on these, the numbers on these cards represent the paintings as they're listed. There's 64 of them. I started in 2007, and in 2020 I completed all of the paintings. I'm working on bringing it out, but I want to play with it for quite a bit because I'm learning something new and I need to write up the energy. I do have a lot of information on my website, and these numbers represent the paintings as they're listed in the gallery. So you can check it out if you want. It might give you further information. And we have the All-Star. So this is the third eye chakra. Definitely it's saying you want to use your intuition as well as your logic. The swords are double-edged. And so to be like the queen, the reason why the Queen of Wands is so happy is because she follows that energy. Like she uses her intuition and her logic for creative solutions. And she follows the energy of her life path, like that that she was destined to come here to live. She prefers to be like the sunflowers and turn to the light and just feel the warmth of the sun and that happiness. So the star energy can be talking about galactic energy. This is an energy of following your North Star energy and being on your destined path. So the star energy, this could be talking about the king and or the queen, could both be in the more public eye kind of energy, someone that's standing out, speaking or on stage kind of energy, you know, a star. or this can talk about being really, you know, successful in whatever field of choice that you're in. And then we have the guiding star here. And so this is again talking about using your intuition as well as your logic. And this is the guiding star is the North Star energy. That's when you're following your destined path. We have Capricorn energy. Yeah, and it's sitting here. And I do feel that this energy is talking about someone that has been had a lot of responsibility. And it's talking about because of their ambition, but kind of being in a position now where they've kind of proven they don't have anything left to prove to others. They've already proven it to themselves as well now. And I think that might even be more important, that the hard work that they've put in is paying off now, and they have time to enjoy the lifestyle that's an improvement. And so this is about, hey, okay, I'm ready to quit working so hard all the time and start enjoying my lifestyle. We have intention. Yeah, this is karmic space that we can fall into. And it's sitting here on this energy of working hard, you know, and basically this is about having to make money to be able to get what's done. And sometimes this can even talk about the King of Pentacles could have been someone that came in and they backed a business and believed in this individual, right? And so that could really make a big difference, because once they had the backing of the money, it made the work not so hard, and being able to move into a place where they could, you know, have a relationship. Now, I'm not sure exactly, because this is a karmic space, and it's saying intentions are good, but something went a little haywire here somewhere, because there's a lot of remorse and regret when it comes to, there could have been a third party involvement in a relationship. Sometimes this could represent getting into bed, basically, that's how it's coming up, with someone that in your business that you regret having been, you know, that had it could be someone that had a negative impact on your business for a long time, and you didn't realize it until whenever. That, you know, and even sometimes that could even represent someone who had good intentions, but the road to hell is paved with good intentions. And then we have Virgo energy coming in, and this is about analytical criticism, or analytical critique, sorry. So the Virgo energy, Virgo energy is very good at lining things up and saying, okay, that's what's off, that's, you know, needs to go here, whatever. It's about cleaning things up, putting things in order. Cleanliness is next to godliness. But sometimes the Virgo energy, the analytical critique can turn to anal criticism. They're that way with themselves, so they have a tendency to be that way with others. And so that could be getting in the way of moving forward in some ways. And I just want to point out that when signs come up horoscope signs come up in my readings, I'm not talking about individual people. I'm talking about the states of beings of these signs. And every sign has strengths and weaknesses. And if you ever get your birth chart done, you'll find that you have most or all of the signs in you know, your birth chart. And so somewhere in you have a bit of Virgo and Capricorn energy. The Capricorn energy is very much like it. That's the sea goat. And that's, you think about a mountain goat climbing a mountain, but it's got a dolphin tail on its back end. So this is about taking these disciplined steps of action, being determined. Like if the mountain goat falls down the mountain, it just gets right back up and it takes the steps again. And okay, and we have this is talking about an energetic upgrade. The Magician is saying, hey, basically, you've arrived. You're here, you're there, you're at the top of the pyramid. Your ancestors are proud of you. It's like after you've been through a lot to get to where you're at. That's what it's saying. You've put the time, the energy in. You've, really had to work at keeping things in order. So whatever you were doing was a big project is what's coming up. And so this is saying now, like, basically it's saying this is a new cycle you're in, and you need to recognize that, or you could end up getting in this cutthroat energy again and never having that peace. Like, we can get into the habit of being in this energy where we have to go, 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 and never really take the time to enjoy the benefits. And so this is saying, it's the life is not all work and no play, So you have to have both. And you deserve to have love in your life. If you don't have love in your life because you haven't had time to have love in your life, now's the time. That's what it's saying. It's a time for romance, I think. Or at least to have a romance with yourself. All right. I do hope you've enjoyed this. Give it a like and a comment if you have. I really, really appreciate the likes, comments, subscribes. It's helping me build my channel. And also, if you are resonating with the channel, consider subscribing. I would really be honored if you did so. All right, I will be back with another random reading for you soon. Bye for now.